During the later part of each year, a bunch of people start planning some kind of improvement to their lives for the year to come. As you know, these are known as New Year resolutions. Now, whether you call them that or not, if you plan or make a decision, which is a resolution, on changing your life for the better in the year to come, which is the new year, then a New Year resolution is what you're doing. According to many different speculative resources, it is estimated that around 80% of people fail the New Year resolution or lose steam and lose motivation by the middle of February. Now, the empiricism of this number could be doubted. Word of the day, empiricism, meaning that something is verifiable and that it has been observed, usually in an objective or factual experience or research, to draw a conclusion from. Even though the empiricism of this number, which is 80%, could be doubted, if you think back to your previous New Year goals or your previous New Year resolutions that you've had in the past, as well as the goals of other people that you know, most people don't succeed in their New Year resolutions. Now, I love to see people win and I love to see people succeed, so maybe understanding why people fail could put you in good stead to having a better chance of succeeding at your personal goals for the coming year. The first reason that you aren't achieving your goal is that you could subconsciously or consciously be completely idealistic in terms of your motivational levels immediately for the whole year at the beginning of it. Meaning that motivational reasons that you didn't achieve these goals in the last year could be the same reason you will struggle to achieve them in the next. When the 1st of January hits, or maybe the 2nd if you're still hungover, when that day hits, things don't magically change and your mindset and constitution doesn't immediately become incredible in comparison to how it was the year before. The next year will bring bad days where you feel tired, sad, lazy, and don't want to work towards that goal, just like it did the year before. Expecting a miraculous and immediate change within yourself is a tough ask. That doesn't mean that it isn't possible, but it isn't probable either. Then when things of this nature don't magically change overnight, people are often hard on themselves in terms of viewing their shortcomings as a total failure. These extreme measures are often quite destructive. As with everything, it's much better to positively change something small every day for a few weeks or months. So if you're at a 2 out of 10 for whatever goal it is that you have, work on getting to a 2.5. That goal is easier to achieve and puts you in a good position to aim for a 3. And then you carry on in that way and in that manner. If you're at a 2 out of 10 and you try jump to an 8, the expectations could quickly become unrealistic, causing you to miss the mark and feel like a failure and punish yourself. And then when you reflect after a few months, you're still at a 2 out of 10. Whereas if you try to just get to a 2.5 first, after a few months, you could have found yourself at a 4 or a 5. Small increments and consistency will yield far greater results in the long run. It might not feel like you're making progress, but you will be. Related to the previous reason, which is a stupid thing to say because, of course, all of these things should be related. The second reason that people don't achieve what they set out at the beginning of the year is because they don't completely understand their goals. You might underestimate your goals or set goals that are too big. Setting goals that are too big and too much of a jump compared to the life you were living in the previous year and expecting to achieve them quickly is again a tough ask. Remember, the consistent aim of small wins every day trump the aim of big targets sporadically. Then there's also the issue of the goal you're setting being too vague and not specific enough. A goal like, I want to be healthier. Okay, cool, good goal. How do you achieve that? Eat chicken, broccoli, and rice every day? Exercise intensely 7 days a week, where last year you only exercised once every month? Stop drinking alcohol completely? Stop watching as much TV? Get more sun? No takeout ever? No sugar or red meat? Read more? Start moisturizing? Not only is this goal not specific enough, but trying to achieve all of them is again asking a lot in a short space of time. Not having specific goals and not having a clear vision of what you want means that you don't actually know what success will look like. And when this is the case, it's much easier to get confused, overwhelmed, distracted, and demotivated. Understand your goals, understand what it takes to achieve them, understand what sacrifices you will need to make to obtain them, and also understand why you want to achieve them. Which brings us to our next point, which is make sure you understand why you want to achieve the goals that you've set for yourself. If you've set goals for yourself which are based on areas of your life that you don't consider important or areas of your life that you don't value, or you've set goals based on what other people want from their lives rather than what you want from yours, then you're wasting your time and there's a higher chance that you won't succeed because the importance is not worth the effort that's required to achieve those goals. When it comes to goals and motivation, the first thing you need to do is watch my video on the right kind of motivation. But in a nutshell, your motivations and your goals have to come from within you. They have to come from what you value and what you consider important. This is called intrinsic motivation. If you're motivated by what other people think of you and what other people value, and if you're motivated by the more materialistic parts of your life, then this is known as extrinsic motivation. Being intrinsically motivated will make it more likely that you will put in more work consistently compared to being motivated for the wrong reasons. Find out what's important to you and build your goals from there. Speaking of externals and extrinsics, our environment also has a very important part to play of the likelihood of us achieving what we want to or not. Your friends, your family, your job, and where you spend your free time, all of these things are important and have an influence on your life. So of course they will have an influence on what you want to achieve, as well as an influence of whether you achieve those goals or not. This can be a tricky one because it's always easy to blame our environment for our failures. You not taking accountability for your life is always the easy option. So it's imperative that you're honest with yourself in terms of the effort that you've put in, because if you don't put in the effort, then your environment can't be the only problem. But yes, our environment is important too. So you should make sure that you understand your surroundings and whether they are conducive toward you achieving what you want. And it's not like if they aren't helping you, you could or should immediately just cut them off, because being that brutal is not always easy and it's not always the right thing to do. But like with so many things, like with so many other parts of life, awareness and understanding will always put you in a better position to make the right decisions and take the right kind of actions. So make sure you assess your environment and make sure that you understand it. From there, you can make your moves to plan and pursue your goals. There are so many other reasons why you could fall short of what you want to achieve in the year to come, but I do hope that I at least provided some kind of foundation for you to build off and grow your awareness of yourself and what you want to achieve. Understand yourself, understand your environment, understand your position, understand your goals and why you want to achieve them, understand your strengths and your limitations, and then act accordingly. Good luck for the new year. Get out there and smash it.